Hello Stamper, welcome to French's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And today we're going to be playing with two big background stamp set. One is the Hardwood stamp, and the other one is, the Christmas one that just been released this year in the holiday catalog, Medley. I saw this card. Jackie had done a similar card to that, and I just fell in love. It almost looked like 3D. So we get the wood grain in the back and then the other one on top. This one is embossed. This one is embossed. This is in the basic gray, and this one not embossed. I prefer the embossed one. I mean, they're both nice. And this one was crumb cake. And see, I put it the other way. Even that you can put it this way, you get the Merry Christmas. But here you get love, joy, and peace. And even I still use the same one. I just flip it. Even if it's under there, the way that the background is, it's perfectly fine. So we're going to do one today. We're going to repeat this one exactly the way it is. I don't know if the camera show. Now you can see much better. You can see the wood grain in the back. So what you're going to do is start with the piece of cardstock of your choice. We're going to use soft suede today. And a lot of them I did tone on tone. I like it a little bit darker, so this is early espresso in the back. So we're going to start with early espresso on our wood grain. And I pre-done one, and the reason it's because you have to let this dry, this step dry. If not, your powder going to get all stuck on it. When it's a big background stamp or any stamp that it's bigger than the inside of your hand, I leave the stamp down and bring my ink to it. So that way it's much easier and you can have a good impression. If not, sometimes you don't have the full impression. Now I'm going to use my soft suede that measure 4 by 5 1/4. Going to put that in. Now you need a piece of scrap paper. Put it on top and just rub your hand on it. This way you're going to have a very good impression. Now I'm going to, paper flew down. So now you see I got a good impression. And that was in early espresso. This one I see I didn't do in early espresso. I must have done soft suede on soft suede. But this one here, it is on early espresso. So that's what we're going to do. But this need to dry, and I don't know how long. Here it's humid in Texas, so we're going to do soft suede on soft suede for the next step. But first, depends which word you want to pop out. I think the season to believe go perfect there. It's not too big, not too small. So that's the step that I do first. The piece of cardstock that we're going to use, it's not really the size that it's going to be finished with, but I like to start a little bit bigger in case if I'm off. So this measure 2 by 1 1/2. Now I'm going to take the craft ink pad and I'm going to put that here, just where the words, whatever. It doesn't matter if I go on the side because it's going to get trim. I see I got line there. And you want your ink pad to be very well ink. Going to put that there. Again, I'm leaving that down so that way it don't shift or anything. Now we're going to take this. Let's move that aside for now. We're going to emboss this first. And somebody gave me a very nice little tool with a clothespin to emboss, and it's still in Cheyenne right now. So I cannot wait to bring it back home. So now we're going to emboss that. And the trick to emboss, make sure that it's all shiny. Because if you look at some that I done, I missed some spots. So the best thing to do it's put it at the light and move it around to see if it's all shiny. If you get one of the older embossing tool, that one go even faster. Now for OSHA or whatever, they had to put that future in it, not future, but the feature in it, so it's shut after it's at certain temperature. Okay, now I move it around and it look all shiny. Maybe a tiny bit on top here. Okay, we're going to trim that after. Let's see if this is dry. This should be dry. Just to make sure, we're going to use the one that we just stamped. What we're going to use, it's our embossing buddy, and that should help. So we're going to see. Take my embossing buddy, put that there. Now, on our big background stamp, the one of the Christmas one, the Medley, now we want to ink all this. Okay, we're going to bring our thing, and the side here, I'm not worried about it because it won't go there. I want the very Merry Christmas at the top there. So let's line that up right at the top and on the side there. Now we're going to bring back our piece of scrap paper. See, I got ink all over my finger. It's one of those days today. Inky fingers. Okay, we're going to remove that. And then I got a little tweezer that I like to use for this so I don't burn my fingers. Let's remove this. Going to put our powder all over. And all over there. And tap it a bit so you don't have... Then if you got a tweezer, put it a place that... Here we go. Oops. Now we're going to emboss this. I see my battery is flashing, so if it go off, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to change the battery. Hopefully it won't go out. This is a little bit long to emboss because it's a big piece, but it's not that bad. So you can do the tone on tone, you know, the same color, or you can go like one darker. Almost done. You want to make sure it's all shiny. If not, that powder just going to slide off. I don't know how much you can see in the camera, in the video, how it turns when it's ready. You don't have to see the smoke. Some people emboss till pretty much they see the smoke. You don't have to see smoke. There we go. I think we got it all. I want to make sure because many of them I was missing some spot, and it's just frustrating when you miss just a little spot. So you see with the embossing buddy, you can do it not much. You saw it didn't take that much time. Okay, we're going to remove this. And now because we use the embossing buddy, I like to take a rag and just take that white powder off, that from, not the embossing powder, but from the residue from the embossing buddy. So again, this was 4 by 5 1/4, and our cherry cobbler mat measure 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Now we're going to put, I like to use fast fuse when it's a stamp, when it's a image embossed, because sometimes it want to curl, so that way it fixes that. Now we're going to use jute, or I would say about 5-inch, because you want to make sure you get enough to roll it in the back. I'm going to put that right here. We're going to do it just like the one that I did there. Put that there. Oh, see, I get way too much, but I rather have too much than not enough. Now I'm going to put that. The other one, I put it all around the cherry cobbler. This time I just put it around the soft suede. Okay, now I got a piece of white cardstock that measure 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. That little white powder, the embossing powder, go everywhere and it make it sticky. I don't know where the bone folder. Here we go. Now we're going to put more fast fuse in the back of this. So you just get a tiny border of your white. Okay, now come the trimming on this here. And what I like to do, like I said, if you go just the right size, it's tricky. So I put this here and I lined up the edge there of the letter right at the edge. It's almost too much still. So then if it's too much, I just take my scissors here and try to eyeball that straight and over here and a bit there. Now my piece of white measure the same size, 1 1/2 by 2. It's going to be too big, but I'm going to put that here. And you can trim it with the paper trimmer, or you can come and just trim it a bit. Et voila. Now this, we're going to mount that with dimensional. So I'm going to put dimension, and I don't put dimensional in the center because that's pretty much where the jute is. So it's going to touch a bit, but here we go. It's flashing heavy, that battery, but I think we're going to get it done. And turn this around. Et voila, my friend, how pretty that is. I think you can see that wood grain. So to get a better look at it, just visit my blog at FrenchieStamps.com. And right below in the description, you're going to have the link to go on my blog and the date that it's going to be there. So just click on the link and it's going to bring you there. But maybe sometime the video come before it's on my blog. So if it don't open at my blog, that means it's going to be shortly the day after, something like that. Just make sure to check the date. And for all the supplies list, it's going to be there too. Easy shopping 24/7. Thank you so much, and I appreciate your business. Have a lovely day, my friends.